With the changes to the General Operating Bylaw that were required to comply with the Canada Non-Profit Corporations Act, there are some changes that need to be made in how voting is done at the meetings of the members of the association at the zone, district, and national levels. Just a note, if you haven't yet watched the video, Who Has the Vote in Kin, you may want to start with it since some of the terminology is more clearly defined there. The most common method of voting at our meetings is simply a show of hands vote. Anytime there's a binding decision, a motion will be made, whether it's a motion to pass a budget, close the fine session, move into the committee of the whole, etc. For all votes of this nature, there will be one vote per club only, since the clubs constitute the members of the association. This has always been the way the GOB was written. We've just been lax in enforcing it. We no longer have that option under the CNCA. Accredited delegates must be designated by the club and registered with the credentials chair using the form provided. If the credentials chair does not have the form with the names of the official accredited delegate and alternate accredited delegates, no member of that club will be able to hold the club's vote. Accredited delegates from outside of your club will be allowed to vote on your behalf in all ballot or poll votes. They can participate in a show of hands vote as the accredited delegate for one club only. For example, a deputy governor attending convention will be an alternate for 3 clubs in their zone who will not be attending. There are several members attending from the DG's home club, and the club president was listed first on the delegate form. When the president signs in at credentials, they will receive the voting card for their club. The DG can then sign in at credentials as a delegate for one of the other clubs and receive the voting card for that club. They can now participate in a show of hands vote as the accredited delegate for that club only. In the case of a ballot vote, the president will receive the ballots for their home club, and the DG will receive ballots for the other 3 clubs. However, if no one else from the DG's home club signs in at credentials, the DG will be the accredited delegate for their home club only and will not receive a voting card for the other 3. They will only have one vote in a show of hands vote. However, they will receive the ballots for all 4 clubs in the case of a ballot vote. Previously, Kin have used the term straw vote interchangeably with show of hands vote, but they are in fact different. Now we need to distinguish between the two. A straw vote can only be used for non-binding votes to get the opinion of everyone in the room, accredited delegates and everyone else. An example might be to help the chair decide whether to take a break or not. This does not involve a motion. Ballot votes really haven't changed. The ballots will be distributed according to your club roster, so the voting strength is based on the number of club members that are on the national roster. This roster number is taken as of the month end that is at least 35 days before the date of the conference or convention. This is stipulated in the General Operating Bylaw and has not changed. The accredited delegates will cast the club's votes. The other main change that we have now is the fact that proxies will no longer be used. Kin Canada has set it up so that one of the alternate delegates on your delegate form can be from outside of your club, as long as they're a member of a club that is in good standing. Make sure that their name is last on the list, since alternates will be accepted only in the order that they're written on the form. If someone from your club is a delegate, you want to make sure that they get the vote before someone from outside of your club. Poll votes are the type of votes used in Parliament, where the member stands and has their vote recorded. It's rarely used in Kin, but is still a viable option in the right situation. Votes are applied and tabulated in the same manner as ballot votes. The club's name would be called, and the delegate for that club, whether from that club or another, would say how that club's votes are cast. The final significant change is that delegates at large no longer exist, nor do associate members. The only votes in the decisions of the association at the zone, district, and national levels are those of the clubs, as cast by the accredited delegates selected, and recorded in the minutes of a regular meeting. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Headquarters staff and your credentials chairs are here to help.